Australia. They love a champion. And Bob Jones, the crowd rises as one to turn round. And here comes the splits. We preempted it would happen.
They didn't do it for the support bouts, but they've done it for the main event. The audience here tonight is just going absolutely berserk for both fighters, which is great to see. The audience wants to see these two people get it on.
And you've never seen kickboxing like this in Australia until Stan the Man arrived. Powerful in the leg division. Good hands. When he throws them, the whole body weight's behind him. He's got a good array of kicks, but let's not discount Grant Barker. To me, in the first 3 or 4 rounds, he's going to be dangerous.
It's interesting, Rob, no matter what sport people do, whether you're a marathon runner or a tennis player with a big serving arm, you can always tell the body of athletes. You look at these two people, you can see Stan the Man is a kickboxer because of the leg development. When they get real serious with their training, just look at the development in Stan Longinidis' legs.
And the gloves centre ring. The referee for this particular fight will draw them together very, very shortly. Promoter Christopher Chronis now enters the ring. And for Christopher's sake, his first venture into New South Wales tonight. Let's hope it's a successful one.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I
as we go ringside to our announcer, Howard Lee.
King of kickboxing, Mr. Christopher Chronis. Welcome, Christopher.
Thank you, Howard. I won't take much of your time, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to thank you all for supporting tonight. I think we're in for an excellent fight between Grant Barker and Stan. It's a fight that everybody's been waiting to see. I'd like to thank you again. I'd like to thank the saloon, the Hunley, our supporters. Enjoy yourselves. Thank you very much. May the best man win.
And Christopher Chronis trying to compete with this crowd up here in New South Wales who are chanting Barker, Barker, Barker. They want their hero.
Dave Hedgecock Jr., Harold Baldry.
We've sat through a tremendous support card, and now here we are for the big event. New South Wales, Grant Barker, hoping that he can upset the king of kickboxing.
Well, the king of kickboxing, normally he fights down in Victoria, and it's a pro-Melbourne crowd. Tonight, it's gone the other way.
Stan hasn't been fighting in Melbourne much the last couple of years. He actually fought Maurice Smith up here last year, and he's been fighting overseas. Although he did fight just recently in Melbourne, but that was his first time for well over 12 months, 18 months. When he fought Branko Sikatek, the Croatian, and that was a 12-round war in Melbourne Entertainment Centre just recently.
Well, we're looking now at the challenger over that left shoulder in Grant Barker. And this is going to be war, believe me. Sponsors tonight, of course, Christopher Chronis bringing the fights to Sydney. The Huntley Parramatta Black and Blue, the Bryson Hotel, the Saloon, Amino Active, and the Recreation Health Club.
Park, Mr. Billy Males. Billy Males.
And Billy Males, as Howard Lee is introducing at the moment, is to referee the fight tonight. And a gentleman who has seen the best come together on numerous occasions.
Very reputable and very experienced referee, and it's great to have someone of that caliber looking after this fight tonight.
All right, Bob Jones, let's have a look at the trainers in the corner. Stan Longinidis, Dana Goodson, and we go across to the blue corner. And our challenger tonight, which is Grant Barker, and in his corner, Mick Spinks. How do you rate the two guys?
It's very interesting. Well, we'll talk about the trainers briefly. Dana Goodson, we've got the crowd responding here to whatever's going on.
I think they're just getting warmed up to Grant Barker. Every time our cameras go towards him, they get really excited.
Dana Goodson is the trainer at the moment of Stan Longinidis. He himself was a top contender in kickboxing. In the early 80s, he got as high as number 3 in the WKA, the same as Dave Hedgecock in the heavy division. And so that's a very commendable trainer. Also Mick Spinks, as was one of the early pioneers of kickboxing in Australia. The sport wasn't very big at that time, but Mick Spinks was a formidable character. In the late 70s, early 80s, he won all the fights he had, and now he's dedicating his life to training the new fighters coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, the moment of truth. 12 rounds for the WKA Super Heavyweight Championship of the World. The challenger occupying the blue corner from Cronulla, New South Wales. He's had 19 contests, 16 wins, 3 losses. He's won 13 by knockout. 28 years of age. with Mick Spinks and Wayne Bridge in the corner. Fresh from a successful defence of his Commonwealth title against Canada's Michael McDonald. At 92.5 kilograms, reaching for the heights, Grant Barker! Occupying the red corner, dual WKA champion of the world, scaling 95.3 kilograms, trained by Danny Goodson, Melbourne, Victoria. He's fought in Las Vegas, Lake Tahoe, Stand the Man, Longinidis! Billy Mail.
Okay, gentlemen, we've been through the rules. If there are any questions, I want a nice clean fight. I'll give you all the room that I can give you within the rules, okay? Commanders down, get yourself to the corner. Stay there till I tell you to box. I say good luck to both of you and protect yourselves at all times. Shake hands, fellas. Shake hands. Thank you.
Just a little reluctant to touch gloves to start. No love lost here.
That was a big heavy stare down the whole time the referee was talking, man. You had to make a second command for the fighters to touch gloves. There's no love lost between these people. It's said that Grant Barker referred to the Australian title was an embarrassment being held by a wog. So he's made the ethnic comment there that Stan is really upset, and Stan's saying he's taken this very personal. And although on television the other night Grant denied saying the word wog, didn't want to be branded as someone creating bad vibes with ethnic races. But Stan came back and countered and said that this was very personal due to ethnic statements by Grant over the last 6 months in the press.
Well, Stan the Man Longinidis at 26 years of age, Grant Barker at 28. Their height, 5'11" for Barker, 5'10" in the old for Stan the Man. So very little between them. As far as weight's concerned, both between the 90 to 95 kilos. And Longinidis finding the mark quickly.
And Grant Barker backing it up with a leg kick. But the highest point went to the head kick there. So the first 2 points scored in the match. There's a higher point score for Stan, 2 head kicks, 2 leg kicks to Grant. So if we keep this up, Stan's knotting up the points already. Low kick by Stan.
Actually, look at the front of the shins of Barker. The calluses are there where the work's been put in.
Oh, both these fighters are very conditioned heavyweights. Strong legs, strong upper bodies, good sights. Look at the concentration from both fighters.
And we'll probably fight halfway through this round. Both fighters will probably just be looking at one another, trying to size it up, find the range.
There's that 1-2 of Longinidis, the inside leg kick with an overhand right. We were commenting on earlier fighters like Rick Shivers and that, not putting it together. No, not Rick Shivers, I'm sorry. One of the other fighters. Well, Stan's down here. What happened there? Grant's come over and apologised for something. Must have been a push down or something.
And Longinidis, the gloves up high. Warding off any kicks that may come his way to the head from Barker. Barker on the ropes. And the Golden Greek, let's say, stalking, working underneath. Gee, they are both in great physical condition, aren't they? Oh, left hand by Longinidis. Follows up with a big right. Caught on the gloves there by Barker. The kick comes over from Longinidis. Big cutting right hand over the top.
Barker just missing with a vicious right hook.
And Longinidis is going to go to town very early here. He's going to tell Barker who's boss. The world champion. As the challenger on the back move, the end of round 1. And Longinidis, the back of that thigh. Barker's caught him a couple of times. In fact, that thigh of Longinidis is very, very red early into this fight.
But also, he's you can see the amount of muscle he's got. The legs are very conditioned. In fact, if his calves get any bigger, I think they'll explode. He's got humongous calf muscles, and he's got good development. I mean, he does a lot of extensive work on developing his legs. So, although the skin's marking, Stan, not like the earlier fighters, he's quite capable of taking abuse to the legs.
Okay, into the corner of Grant Barker.
Let's get the vibrant body movement, okay? Keep lively.
head towards centre ring for the second round. And this New South Wales crowd right behind Grant Barker. And Longinidis is let fly and sat Barker straight down.
I think it was a big straight left and Grant's groggy.
It was a magnificent punch. Referee says he's okay to continue. Now, will Longinidis continue the attack?
I thought Grant looked a little bit shaky on the right.
He was.
The legs went a bit.
And Barker it's quite happy to hang on. In fact, he is groggy. He is groggy, Bob. He's still feeling the effects of that thudding hand of Longinidis. I'd love to have a look at that on replay again. Comes in with a left and right combination. Good kick to the head from Longinidis. Oh, working on the body. Barker trying to come back at him. Taking on the gloves. Longinidis now starting to work downstairs.
He's kicking inside and out. He's giving those legs some damage. But that's what he'll do. He'll get down the legs for him and come back up with the hands.
Well, Barker in the first round looking very, very dangerous. Now Longinidis, the stare comes out. In comes the thudding right hand. Barker comes back and does a bit of work. Longinidis pushing him away. Oh, a big thudding right hand, an uppercut. Just misses the mark.
That hit Grant right on top of the head, that thudding overhand right.
And Barker coming in. He can throw them just as good as what Longinidis can give too. But this is all Longinidis so far in this second round. Oh, working to the thigh. Good, strong kicks. Powerful kicker is Longinidis. Barker looking for the long bomb over the top. Misses its mark by a mile. Longinidis into the midriff. Follows up with the left hand. Barker coming back with a kick. Now, let's see what the referee's found here, Billy Miles. No fight on, he says. Oh, left and right by Longinidis. Then a kick. He's hurt Barker. Comes in for the kill. Barker's come back again. Thudding left hand. And the bell to win round two. And interesting to watch Longinidis tap Barker on the way past as if to say, listen, I respect you, my son. Good round for Longinidis.
Well, that was certainly a master and apprentice round, that one. That was certainly a master and an apprentice round, that one, Grant. Stan the man Longinidis certainly showing Grant what kickboxing's all about. I think that all came from that stinging punch in the early piece. And Grant just had trouble recovering.
Now, we might pick it up. Oh, flush on the button. What a magnificent left rip into the face there of Grant Barker. An enormous punch. In fact, when Billy Miles let them fight on, I still thought he was feeling the effects from it. Barker, first to centre ring. The sight continues as he has a look down that left thigh to see what damage Longinidis has done. Believe you me, Longinidis has got a few blotches down the thigh as well. Here we come back out into centre ring, round three.
Oh, Barker's come back with a whole new zest after that minute's rest. It's picked him up.
Pride's on the line in front of your home crowd, Bob. And he looks for a round kick, but Longinidis comes back with a big punch. Flicking out the left hand, Longinidis, Barker over the top, misses the mark.
Grant Barker certainly come back to fight this round, hasn't he? He's really putting the pressure on.
Doesn't look comfortable to me, Barker. Longinidis is standing back, waiting to pick his mark.
Grant Barker certainly opened up though, didn't he? That first 30 seconds, 60 seconds, he was really going for it. First 30 seconds.
His home crowd will drag a little bit out of him.
But it's so far to go. I mean, we've still got a lot of rounds to go.
Now the crowd turn and get behind Longinidis. Screaming, Stan Lee. Oh, what a magnificent kick to the back of the thigh. And that stung. That stung Barker. And he's caught one from that punch before that we saw drop in. And the eyes really swollen up. And he goes to ground again. The referee calls it all over. And Longinidis, the camp go crazy as his fans, his camp, run across the top of our Jets gear. And they're ecstatic. Grant Barker in centre ring and can hardly stand. He's caught one on the shin as well. And that leg must be hurting. Must be really hurting. No more than his pride at the moment. But he gave it all he had. And for one fleeting moment had Longinidis in all sorts of trouble in the first round. But the crowd loved that one. It's a shame it didn't go longer than 3 rounds, but oh, that was power personified.
Well, and the crowd certainly swung in for a good fight. A lot of power. They could see the power that Grant was taking.
Good left and rights by Longinidis. The left-hand jab followed up by the right hand. Again, he comes in. And there's the damaging kick.
Well, that's again that body roller we've been talking about all night. That's the chopper. That's the one that brings the whole body weight down over on the thigh. And if you didn't check it, Grant had no idea to check it. He was still getting overhand combinations. His brain wasn't in his legs. He couldn't check. He couldn't take the kick on the shin. He's worn it on the thigh. And if you take it on the thigh or the calf, you can say good night. You've got to turn the leg out, and that sort of chopper, when it rolls over, you've got to catch it with your shin bone so that it hurts the guy that's throwing the kick. But when you don't get a chance to check and you wear it on the thigh, or as we saw earlier, get it on the calf muscle, well, sometimes it's just good night. And unfortunately for Grant Barker, that's the way it's gone.
And we see a kick to the midriff. That one came over the top, and that just stung. But it was the kick to the leg that did the damage. And Billy Miles calls it quits. And look at him. Are they an excited lot or are they not?
Billy Westall stands hand up and stands looking for the highest vantage point to see his fans out there that he's won again.
Well, you know, we can say it's a biased crowd because they are behind Grant Barker. But once Longinidis started to get on top, didn't they swing around? They love a champion. Let's go centering as the belt goes around Stan Longinidis. And he retains the world super heavyweight title.
The winner, 1 minute and 16 seconds into round 3. Grant, bad luck.
Well, I should have checked the leg kicks. Had a head clash early, got a bit of a swollen eye, was a bit hard to see out of the right eye. Stan deserves to win. He's a great champion. I was happy to get a shot at the world title, which is everybody's goal and dream to be the best in their sport. I hope Stan goes on to bigger and better things, and I'm on a holiday and sit back and reassess the situation. I'm going to hold my head in pride. It's not every day people get to fight for the best thing in their sport. I'd just like to thank everyone for coming. I'd like to thank Christopher Chronis. And I'm not disappointed. I'm holding my head high, and I fought a great champion today. And thanks very much, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm not sure what I want to say, Howard, but I just want to say that disregard the circumstances of how early Grant couldn't continue. I believe he's a worthy contender, and that's why I gave him that opportunity. You know, as soon as the WKA sanctioning body believes that he's, you know, eligible for another title shot, and if I'm still capable of keeping that title, I'll be more than happy to give him a shot. Grant told me that he just said to me, Stan, you retired me. And that hurt me a little bit because that's not what I intended to do. I know deep inside Grant is a good man, and I kind of felt for him, but this is a tough business to be in. I've worked very hard to get where I am, and I'm just starting to get rewarded, and I'm not going to give it up just yet. I'd like to thank the Sydney crowd, the promoter, and all the sponsors. Thank you.
Well, I don't know where you've been watching this particular World Championship fight tonight, but here at the Hordern Pavilion in Sydney, we've been enthralled. Stan the Man Longinidis not only defended his title, but signalled to the rest of the world that he is the true world champion. Bob Jones, you've travelled the world, you've seen them all. This fellow can just keep going on and on and on, whether it's here in Australia or overseas.
I think Chris Chronis also needs a pat on the back. He's proved that he's Australia's premier promoter. It's his first time into New South Wales. He's filled the Hordern Pavilion. He's given them their money's worth. So I think we're going to be back in Sydney more often, which is going to give us more open market from right around the country now, with kickboxing coming in from Chris Chronis into Sydney.
Well, it's been a great night of boxing and kickboxing here from the Hordern Pavilion in Sydney. Stan the Man Longinidis, the world champion. Congratulations, Grant Barker. You were a worthy opponent for him. Unfortunately, things didn't go your way on this particular occasion. There is another night somewhere down the track. We hope you've enjoyed the night of kickboxing here from the Hordern Pavilion in Sydney. On behalf of Rob Gaylard
and Bob Jones,
thank you very much. Hope you've enjoyed the action. Look forward to being with you again soon.